Well, welcome back. Well, it has been quite a week, and who better to talk about it than former Senator Al Franken? He is the host of the Al Franken podcast. Okay, Senator Franken, I've got to ask you, what do you think of the notion that Donald Trump messes things up and makes things so murky that there's no winner and we get President Pelosi?
I heard Lawrence Tribe say that, and I trust Lawrence Tribe and the Constitution, so that's good news. But before we start, let me be the first to congratulate you on your new show, Joy.
Thank you, Senator Franken. I appreciate that. Somebody has to be first, and you've been there. You got there first. Let me ask you about this Trump. Donald Trump. You tweeted about Donald Trump's top 10 excuses for losing the election. I'm just going to put 5 of them up on the screen. Antifa, dementia, Russians dropped the ball. Oh, I'm doing them backwards. Antifa, dementia. I was laser focused on COVID. Russians dropped the ball, and dementia. I mean, if he loses, is this what we're looking at?
Safe. I'm sorry?
Your job is safe. I did that all wrong. If he loses, what do you think he'll really say?
That's a really good question. I bet he doesn't show up at the inaugural. I can bet you that. Look, he's gonna, by all rights, he should lose. This obviously the economy's tanking and we are losing. This is spiking again, and it's all his fault. He ignored it for 2 months, and if you look at just how we did compared to other developed countries, South Korea, I believe, had its first case the same day we did. Since then, and they have 51 million people. Since then, they've had 301 deaths. Florida has approximately 21 million people, and yesterday they had 253 deaths. We know exactly what to do. You have masks, social distancing, testing, contact tracing, and isolation. That's what other countries have done. And guess what? Then these countries have been able to open their economies. And the disastrous numbers that we got for this last quarter are all on him. You know, when I was in the Senate, we had the Ebola crisis. We led a global effort to fight that. CDC was in Africa. They went into Liberia. Our military built hospitals there. This president, and we beat it down. It's a different disease. But this president, instead of handling a global crisis like the indispensable nation in the world, which we're supposed to be, he said, okay, it's the governors. I'll have the governors. It's like if after Pearl Harbor, FDR just said, well, you know, this is more or less Hawaii's problem.
Yeah. I mean, what do you make of the fact that as a New Yorker, he and Jared Kushner essentially dispensed with blue states, New York, New Jersey, places they actually grew up, and said, well, that's their people. That's not our people. We don't have to do anything about that.
You know, they are so cynical, these people, and you see that right now in the inability of the Senate. People are very scared. They're scared of being evicted. They're scared of losing unemployment, and the Senate has done nothing. May 15th, the House passed the HEROES Act, and they right now all of this runs out. So
you worked there. You worked in the United States, and as you said, as a United States senator, what is going on inside Mitch McConnell's head? I guess you can't really diagnose him, but the fact that Republicans, he would send Republicans home, that they don't seem to have any urgency whatsoever, or they just don't want to pass more money to help people. Have you been able to understand that? Did you have conversations with them that explain that?
That's the case with a lot of them. The nutcase right. They just don't want to help everyday people. That's who the Republican Party is. And then there's the rest of the Republican Party, which also doesn't want to help everyday people, but who are sort of the cowardly, enablers who are there. And this is the disgrace. They think their job, for some reason, is to simply, make sure that to get judges through. That's all they do. That's all they've done.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to play one little soundbite for you. This is Donald Trump. We try not to play too much Trump in this show, but here he is. And this was a promise that he made that has somehow not come true. Here he is.
But you've been in office 3.5 years. You don't have a plan.
Well, we haven't had. Excuse me. You heard me yesterday. We're signing a health care plan within 2 weeks. A full and complete health care plan.
He promised a complete health care plan within 2 weeks of that interview.
Remember, he was going to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act and replace it with something terrific.
Yeah.
And when it happened, he literally said, I think you'll remember this, he literally said, who knew health care was hard? And the answer is everybody. This guy is responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of Americans. This is the American carnage that he was talking about. This guy
absolutely
is responsible for this economy. Those other developed countries, their economies have opened because they knew how to handle this. And this guy, after 2 months of denying that it was serious, couldn't admit that he had made a mistake. And that's why we're continuing to, he was not encouraging people to wear masks, and why that's become political. That has not become a political issue in any other country.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. Our Senator Franken is sticking around. But first, get ready for your weekly moment of joy. The ReidOut is back after. And welcome back. Well, we've made it to Friday, and you know what that means. It's time to find out who won the week. Back with me, former Senator Al Franken, and joining us is our pal, Jonathan Capehart, opinion columnist for the Washington Post. Surprise guest, ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to start by noting that I feel like I've actually made it in this business because I now get to ask Al Franken, Senator, and also SNL alum, who won the week?
I'd say the winner this week were the people who got to watch the celebration of John Lewis's life, because we got to see what qualities that a hero has. And I'm talking about courage and humility and dignity. That was the winner, the people who got to watch this celebration of John Lewis.
Yeah. No, it was such a beautiful ceremony, and it was a multi-day ceremony. Jonathan, you and I were on over the weekend watching some of it happen. You know, they took him throughout all of these important points in his life, from Selma, you know, they brought him back to D.C., you know, and then he finished at Ebenezer Baptist Church. What an incredible homegoing. That is a very, very tough vote to follow, Jonathan. But, you know, a real friend makes you follow Al Franken. So you have to follow him. So go
right.
ahead. Who won the week?
But who won the week is a subset of what Senator Franken just said. And for me, the person who won the week was Miss Zernona. Miss Zernona Clayton, the godmother to John Lewis's son, who was like that favorite aunt or grandma who speaks her mind. And she gave the nation that moment of levity that it needed. We needed to feel some joy and to laugh. And boy, she gave it to us. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I can't beat that. But I'm saying that LeBron James, who is one of those players, one of those athletes who's emerged as a modern-day Muhammad Ali, who's taking up the work that John Lewis told these young people to do, which is to get in good trouble. And he's been doing that. So I'm saying he won the week. He used his Lakers-Clippers post-game interview to speak his mind and speak his truth. Former Senator Al Franken, Jonathan Capehart. Jonathan is going to be hosting AM Joy this weekend. He's got big guests. He's got on Sunday, he's got Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He's got former Attorney General Eric Holder. AM Joy's done. All in with Chris Hayes starts now.